All right, you guys should get a kick out of this one. So earlier today, I was in a Twitter discussion, argument, whatever you want to call it, with Narayana+Kocherlakota. Kocherlakota was the former president of the Minneapolis Fed, and he was on the FOMC, okay, the Federal Open Market Committee. By the way, if you don't follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is at Mike Norman, at Mike Norman. So follow me on Twitter. But anyway, so I got into this Twitter conversation with a former Fed Governor, Kocherlakota, because I said that zero interest rate policy and negative interest rate policy was the wrong policy to combat deflation. And I mentioned Kocherlakota and Fed Governor Evans in there because these guys are pushing again for zero rate and even negative rate. I think Kocherlakota said he wants negative rates. So he comes back to me and he says that I was wrong because lower interest on reserves, when it goes down, that transfers money from banks to taxpayers. And I said, no, that's not correct. It removes income. He says, no, that's not true, because what happens is that the Fed, when it has to pay less interest on reserves, it has more money to transfer to the Treasury. And then the deficit goes down. So he was equating, I said, so you are equating government saving, quote unquote, with an increase in income to the non-government. I said it's exactly the opposite. Government savings equals non-government dissaving. Okay, when the Fed transfers balances to the Treasury, it has removed income from the economy and it gives it over to the government. So the government side goes up, its ledger, its balance goes up, our side goes down. So he doesn't understand that. But this is the affliction of all of central banking and mainstream economics now. They do not understand the operation of the very monetary system that they preside over. All right. And then somebody, it was interesting because somebody chimed in on that Twitter conversation saying then Congress could ultimately decide to spend that money, those savings, quote unquote. And he said, yeah, it's a political decision. So he basically proved my point. He said, the money's taken away, but then, oh yeah, Congress may decide to spend it back out again. But that's a whole different discussion. He proved my point by saying the balances are transferred to the Treasury, but then it necessitates a political decision to pay it back out again, which doesn't necessarily happen. Okay? And it doesn't, because we know they're all about freaking deficits. This is the problem, people. This is the problem. You got guys in these super high-level policy positions who really don't understand what they're talking about. You know? So, there you have it. You could check it out. Go to my at Mike Norman Twitter and follow the conversation.